Woo! Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you have not been here before, my name is Frank. Today we're going to be going over the hot 10 selling comic books of the week, and we're going to go over why they're taking off in value and if I think you guys should be investing in them or not. And if you are not aware, we also have a giveaway going on. So I am giving away this Avengers Annual number 10, the first appearance of Rogue. It's a CGC graded 7.5 and it's in the newsstand edition. Now you could be entered in to win this completely for free. All you have to do is be a subscriber, like the video, and leave a comment down below. Any comment. I'm doing this in multiple videos, so I'm going to go back, and every time you guys see this comic book, that video has a chance to be the one that gets selected, and then I'm going to do a random comment generator on that video, and yeah, that'll decide the winner. And I'm going to do a live stream, so that's going to be interesting. So I might have to go do a little bit of a test run of live stream sometime soon. Just not doing it yet, just when I get it all figured out. So don't forget, do that, and hit the bell notification too when you subscribe, because then you get notified of videos. So then you could be entered in to win this on every single video that you could be entered in to win on. And that giveaway is going to end when I hit 1,000 subscribers. So once I hit 1,000, if I hit 1,000, it'd be awesome and insane if I do. But if we ever get there, that's when I'm going to give this away, and I'll wait a week after I hit 1,000. So that was a mouthful. So without further ado, let's get into this list. First up on this list, a bit of a repeat offender. We've got Avengers number 62, and I love this cover. This is just a really cool cover. Now, this is the first appearance of M'Baku. It's also the first appearance of W'Kabi, the second in command to T'Challa, and this is actually a really, really good comic book. It's certainly one that I feel like is definitely worth owning. And if you guys pick it up at any point, this is a great comic book. With Black Panther coming out this year, or should be coming out this year, this book definitely has some room to grow behind it. Now, we had a 9.2 last sell all the way back in 2021 for $540. That's up 122% this week, now going for $1,200. And then we also had a 9.4 last sell just in April for $1,800. That's already up 6%, now going for $1,900. So this one could definitely be continuing to be on the rise, especially with that movie coming out around the corner. This is certainly an issue to be on the lookout for, and if you guys can find it for a good price, definitely pick it up. I know the lower grades tend to go for a little bit less, so those ones are definitely worth owning and kind of just putting off to the side for a little while. Next up on the list, we got Thor number 134. This is the first appearance of the High Evolutionary. It's also the first appearance of Man Beast, and it's also the first appearance of Fafnir. I think that's how you say it. This is a really, really cool issue. There were reports that the High Evolutionary was going to be in Doctor Strange, and that didn't really come to be. And now there's rumors that the High Evolutionary is going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So I don't think anything's been confirmed yet, but it could be. I don't know. This could be an issue worth owning now, but it might be a little bit too much on the rise to really be investing in it. But who knows? This one's actually coming down a little bit in the higher grades, so there's nothing really to write home about. But I guess in the 7.5s through the 5.5s, they're going for, 2 to 3 times more than what they sold in 2020. And they're also going for $150 to $200 higher than they did in 2021. So the mid grades are taking off, and for some reason, the higher grade is coming down. But I think that's because we expected to see him in Doctor Strange, because just in January, we had a 9.0 go for $2,200, and now that just went for $1,950, which is still pretty high for that grade for this comic. But for it to come down that much from January, it must have been someone that really wanted it. And I believe there was a lot of speculation that the High Evolutionary was going to be in Doctor Strange, but that did not come to be. So now that could jump back and, hit back up at that price, but who knows? We'll see. So an issue that, if it's coming down in price a little bit here, but, it's still up from the previous 2 years, that's actually a pretty cool comic to be into, and this is one that I would be buying. Next up on the list, man, we do see this one quite a lot. We got Fantastic Four Annual number 6. The big one on this is the first appearance of Annihilus, and it's also the first appearance of Franklin Richards. So a comic book that has a couple things going for it, and this cover is just really, really cool. Got to get that picture. We had a 9.6 last sell in 2019 for $7,200. That's up 136% this week, now going for $17,000. Holy smokes, that's a big sale. But I mean, that is a good jump, definitely, but it's been 3 years, so that's actually it's a pretty decent investment. This is a great comic book. Honestly, there have been a lot of rumors that we're going to see Annihilus, and I think with the Fantastic Four coming, that certainly could be a possibility. I'd rather see Doctor Doom, of course, but certainly we could see Annihilus, and Annihilus is really cool. I think it's an awesome character, and just people have been speculating on this one for a really, really long time, and I'm not exactly sure why, but it's still a really cool comic, and I'm just happy that I do actually own one. So next up, we got Batman number 251, and this is just an awesome iconic Joker cover, and of course this is done by the great Neil Adams. So respect to this comic, respect to Neil Adams. This is a really, really cool issue, and certainly one that it's a Joker cover. Any iconic Joker covers are going to continue to increase in value over time, pretty much no matter what. It's one of those things that's kind of guaranteed unless we see like a really big recession or really something go wrong. We had a 7.0 last sell just in July for $875. That's up 3% already, now going for $900. And then we had a 9.4 last sell just in April for $3,250. That's up 11% now going for $3,600. So man, a cool comic, one that's worth owning at any point. And I think I have one of these somewhere in a lower grade, but I can't remember. I have so many comic books right now. It's just insane. I really need to go through and organize them. I've been trying to sell some off so I can afford some things, but man, it is taking too long. Next up on the list, we got Tales of the Teen Titans number 44. And this is when Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing. He was formerly Robin, so a pretty cool issue. We had a 5.5 last sell in 2019. Man, that's a while ago. For $51. That's up 67% this week, now going for $85. Then we had a 7.5 last sell just in January for $75. Now that's already up 37%, going for $103. Then we had a 9.0 last sell just in February for $159. That's up 7%, now going for $170. So this one's actually kind of starting to take off, and this is one of George Perez's many classic covers, so it is still cool to see it going up in value, and that's probably just the reason for it. But you know, I wouldn't be into this right now. It's just high because of that. But if you like George Perez, man, this is a cool issue, and this is something that's really not that expensive, so you don't really hurt the bank being invested into like a lot of comics. So if you guys like this comic and you like George Perez and you want to own something of his, this is a cool issue to own. So certainly not one that I would just, stray away from, but the price might come back down in a month or two as things go on after he passed. So next up on the list, we got Amazing Spider-Man number 19. This is the first appearance of Mac Gargan, who later becomes Scorpion in the next issue, number 20. And of course, I got that up on the wall over there. I used to have this one too, but I actually did sell it. So this is a cool issue. We had a 0.5 last sell back in 2020 for $57. Seems like a really good price, actually. Now it's up 58% this week, now going for $90. Then we had an 8.5 last sell just in March for $850. That's already up 29%, now going for $1,100. And then we had a 9.6 last sell in November for $4,123. That's up 19% this week, now going for $4,888. Woo! This is a really cool issue, and I do love Scorpion. That's why, of course, I invested in Scorpion, but I think that he's going to eventually come, and and it's not just that I really hope that Marvel does it. I'm getting pretty tired of Sony's attempts at giving us a good movie, a good superhero movie, because I really don't think they're doing well at all. And I think that Marvel could really do Scorpion right. And I think that his suit could be so cool, just like that green with the tail. He could be amazing. We've already seen him in the first Spider-Man No Way Home, I think. I get all those ones mixed up. It's like, or no, Spider-Man Homecoming, sorry. We already saw him in Spider-Man Homecoming, so I think it's only a matter of time before we actually do finally see him as Scorpion and see him return. I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm really hoping that Marvel's doing it and not Sony. Next up, we got Amazing Spider-Man #1. This is actually the Golden Record reprint. So a really early reprint and like pretty much the exact replica, but there's key differences to it. It's just like Journey into Mystery #83. It has a Golden Record reprint, replica, which came in a like record that you could buy, and then the comic book was in there, and these actually go for a decent amount of money. We had an 8.0 last sell in March for $1,377. Yeah, you heard that right, for a replica. Now that's up 38% this week, now going for $1,900. We also had a 9.2 last sell in August for $1,938. That's already up 29% this week, now going for $2,500. So this is a really cool issue. I don't like reprints. I don't know why people grade them. I don't know why people buy them. Just to be honest with you guys, I honestly would not be buying this, but that's just me. If you guys want to invest your money into it, go ahead. It's shown that this comic is going to keep continuing in value, but those reprints just aren't for me. I just don't understand the point of people getting them. I understand getting them to read them because you don't want the original copy, but for them to be worth so much money, and also for people to grade things like Marvel Tales, like I don't get it. That's just me. It's not for me. Could be for you, and that's totally okay. Next up, we got Fantastic Four #46. Of course, this is the first full appearance of Black Bolt. We've seen this on the list before. It's also the second appearance of the Inhumans, and it's the first appearance of Seeker. So this is a really, really cool comic. I've always liked the cover of this. I've always thought it was really cool just seeing like Black Bolt like, on the cover like that. And I think this is a really cool issue to own. We had a 4.0 last sell just in April for $283. That's up 14% this week, now going for $322. Then we had a 5.5 last sell in March for $445. That's up 8% this week, now going for $480. Then we also had a 7.5 last sell in February for $770. That's up 17% this week, now going for $899. Again, a great issue to own. It's something that when I find it in a lower grade or for just, for that right price, I'm definitely going to own this one, and I'm going to hold on to it because, as we saw, if you haven't seen Doctor Strange by now, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert right ahead. Black Bolt appeared in Doctor Strange as part of the Illuminati, and that was really cool to see him, but it was cut really short. So I don't know what they're going to do with him. Who knows? I think he's going to be back for sure, but you don't know. You don't know that for sure. However, I would be owning this issue because if you can get a good deal, I think it's going to increase even more in value once we confirm that he's coming back. Next up, we got Star Wars #2. And again, this is a cool issue. Holy smokes. This one has a plethora of first appearances. So here we go. It's the first appearance of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Han Solo, Chewbacca, the Millennium Falcon, Greedo, the Death Star, and Jabba the Hutt. Although he's not pictured, but his name is mentioned. This is a really, really cool issue. It's cool, but it kind of sucks that the movie came out before it, and it wasn't the movie was adapted from a comic book. It was a comic book that was adapted from the movie. So it's kind of to be, but it's still a really cool comic that it's a first appearance of all those people. We had a 7.5 last sell just in April for $170. That's already up 6% this week, now going for $180. Then the big boy, we had a 9.8 last sell in April for $5,000, and that's up 22%, now going for $6,100. We also had another 9.8 go for $5,600. So still beating the previous sale, but not as high as that $6,100 one. So we'll see. Of course, this comic book is taking off mainly because of Obi-Wan and that series coming to Disney Plus. And man, it just keeps looking better and better for that series. I really like The Mandalorian. I really like the Book of Boba Fett. I thought they were really good. I thought Boba Fett would start off a little slow and was like, and then it got much better. And there was certainly stuff I didn't like about it, but I do have high hopes for this one. It looks like a really, really good series, and it's great to see Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan again. Next up on the list, man, this is a cool comic cover. We got Ghost Rider #1. This is the first solo titled series for Ghost Rider. It's also the first cameo appearance of Damian Hellstorm. We had a 2.0 last sell all the way back in 2017 for $57. That's up 207% this week, now going for $175. Then we had a 4.5 last sell in January for $470. That's up 19% this week, now going for $559. We also had a 9.2 tie its previous record sale at $2,000. So this comic is staying valuable. It's continues to be rumored that we're going to see Ghost Rider at some point, and then there were rumors that he was actually cut from Doctor Strange. So who knows if that's true. If that is true that he was cut from it, and there's all these characters that got cut from Doctor Strange, what were you guys doing? What were you thinking? What were you thinking? That was only a 2-hour movie. I felt like it could have been a lot longer, and I felt like they could have dived a lot more into the multiverse and really made it feel like multiverse of madness, not just another movie. Still, I did like it, but I didn't think it was great. I thought it was good. So that's going to do it for this list, everybody. Don't forget about that giveaway. Of course, be entered. Let me know what you guys thought about the video down below. It's definitely great to be back making videos. I really do appreciate all of you. However, until the next time, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.